If you're from the UK, it's really important you know this, and if not, it's a great example of why we need to pay attention to some of the AI laws that are being proposed, debated and negotiated right now all over the world. A new plan has been proposed by ministers that would allow artificial intelligence companies to scrape content from publishers and artists by default unless they specifically opt out ahead of time. More on the opt-in, opt-out process later. This comes at a time when the government is already being criticised for cuddling up to the tech giants with their long-reaching, steely, futuristic arms. Now, we are a politically neutral channel, one can of worms at a time, please, but why would the government do this? Well, investment from tech firms is hard to turn down, especially when the money can help economic growth, which we desperately need. Google warned last month that Britain risks being left behind unless it lets tech firms use copyrighted work in their AI models. A bit like the playground bullies saying you risk being punched in the face if you don't give them your lunch money. The thing is, it might actually be worth getting punched in the face rather than hand over our lunch money, which effectively is the foundation of our artistic licence and copyright. Last week, Radiohead's Tom Yorke, ABBA's Bjorn Ulvaeus and actor Julianne Moore were among 10,500 signatories of a statement from the creative industries warning that unlicensed use of their work by AI companies marked a major unjust threat to artists' livelihoods. A number of organisations, including the BBC, are already opposing the plan, which would allow tech companies to train artificial intelligence models using online content unless publishers and creators specifically opt out. Justine Roberts, founder of Mumsnet, who launched a legal complaint against OpenAI over alleged scraping of content, said the system being considered by ministers is akin to requiring homeowners to post notices on the outside of their homes, asking burglars not to rob them, failing which the contents of their house are fair game. She added, "Some in government seem to have drunk the Kool-Aid and are buying the heavily pushed story that everything needs to be cleared out of the way to ensure AI's rapid development, when in fact they should be mindful of big tech's rapacious appetite for dominance and dollars and of what gets destroyed along the way." Another spokesperson from The Observer said, "It's critical that publishers and media companies retain control over how their content is used when it comes to AI. The onus should remain on AI developers to seek permission for use of content, not on publishers to opt out." Some in Whitehall argue that an opt-out system is the one currently being used in the EU through the AI Act, and that the UK may be able to learn from how that performs. Chris Dicker, a board director of the Independent Publishers Alliance, said, "Using anything ever posted online without explicit consent is a direct threat to privacy. An opt-out approach isn't enough. The government needs to step in and enforce strict safeguards before it's too late and not give in to the big tech lobbying." It is worth mentioning that nothing concrete has been announced at the time of this video's publication, so you might not need to grab your pitchfork just yet, but definitely keep it by the door. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. This has been Future Feed's Tech Bite.